he's on a slant. He's just like continuously on a slide. Hello, EA employees and people partaking in this tournament. It's National Video Games Day. I can't believe that I've played video games for as long as I have and been working in them for as long as I have and not realized that we actually had a National Video Games Day. Did you know about this, Lace?
I had no idea. This is actually the first time hearing it. But happy International Video Games Day. Excellent. Imagine being a part of this, hey? Imagine waking up every day and playing video games.
That's a good life. It is a good life. And yeah, look, shout out to everyone who's turning up. It looks like we've got a pretty big turnout. I think we're filling 4 lobbies of Apex, which is pretty damn good. That's what, like 240 players or something, right? Something close to that. So, yeah, pretty epic effort from everyone there. We've got tons of amazing names that we're seeing in the lobbies today. There's so many very inventive team names. There's a Kale somewhere on one of these teams. So shout out to Kale. I hope you win.
Yep, the Kales are banding together.
Yes. Well, there's so few of us. Like, you have to.
That's exactly right. But yeah, today's the day where, you go into the office, you got to put everything aside. So whoever took your lunch or maybe has taken your seat one day or stolen your cup of coffee, you can battle it out on the main field in Apex now. So this is the time to start the wages and get it done.
Okay. Are you the kind of person who would try and get revenge during this tournament? So obviously
absolutely.
we're using the standard ALGS point system for anyone. So I guess if you guys I'm sure there's lots of fans of the ALGS and Apex as an esport in the audience right now. But just in case maybe you're a FIFA player or a Sims player or a Plants vs Zombies player, just so you know. The way the scoring works in ALGS is you get 1 point for every kill you get in the game, and then you also get points for placement. So the higher you place, the longer you stay alive compared to everyone else in the lobby, all 20 teams, you also get some points. So as you can see here, if you come first, you'll walk away with 12 points, all the way down to 0 for the last couple. So yeah, look, I hope you've been nice to everyone else in the office, because as Lace points out, maybe you're going to get targeted. Maybe there's a target on your back. Maybe you'll all work together. I'm not sure what the vibes are, honestly, in the various EA offices around the world.
That's it. And if you've got a little scruffle, then you can definitely do a little cheeky teabag. I'm gonna put all the cards on the table, Genome. Okay, we want everything here. We want to see all the action. We want to see the rivalry. We just want to see basically taking them down. And look, if you're not super good at the game, okay, let's say you're just working, you don't really have enough time to play the game, that's fine. We want to see little radders, okay? Like Dinan said, you can get points for placing higher in this lobby. So you don't even need to use gun skill. You can just use your best hiding abilities to take out the top. So we want to see all the action.
Oh man, yeah, good to see everyone getting locked in and ready. We're going to have a quick look at some of our favorite teams. Now, look, what stands out to you? There's so many great names here.
Okay, I'm already looking at the Deadly Dads, okay? So, you've had a hard day at work and now you're going home and you got to look after the kids and now you're back in the office to play Apex. So, Deadly Dads, I'm fighting for you, I believe. I mean,
I love pay to win myself. I'm sure they've got all the best pay to win skins on. I'd love to know, do EA employees get secret access to the, to all the skins? Do they get those unlocked tournament accounts where you just have every single skin available to you? That'd be a pretty good perk for the job.
Right, there's a pay to win flatline skin that I've never had, so I wonder if they get that one. Maybe hand one over to us, things. We want one afterwards. I know we've got a few teams here. We got Apex and Chill. That sounds like a good thing. And the winning team, let's really do hope that you win. But Rats the Musical as well. Some of these names are super interesting, and I want to kind of hear a little bit of a backstory. Coming in at 4, we got to spawn and pay to win. So yeah, there we go. Pay to win skins. Don't shoot. Deadly Dads. I'm fighting for Fighting Mongoose. And the Nessie Noodles. That was a nice little standout for us. Love the Nessie Noodles name, Gino.
Oh, that one's great. Mocap Wizards. Awesome. Yeah, I actually got to meet Horizon when we were over at Champs. So, good to see some of the other team members involved in, bringing characters to life involved. Fist of
I thought it was
Zingia,
Zinger, as in like a KFC
Zingia.
Zinger burger, but
yeah, look, my mind absolutely goes there as well. 100%.
Exactly.
I still don't know what Turgle is. Add Turgle to Apex.
Is this a new feature we're going to find out? Is this like
Maybe.
a hidden scoop into Apex? Are we getting the goods before it's even live? But add a Turgle to Apex or...
I'm Googling it, and I'm getting some sort of frog man with eyes on his stalks. Okay, I think it's a character from Jedi Survivor.
Look at us learning on the fly.
Yeah, like the EA game that came out not too long ago. Hoping for the crossover.
Exactly. We got build and delete. We might see a couple of deletions in this game. We want to see some good packed action. And Kill Bill, definitely watched that myself. Bro, he's one shot. Okay, I'm going to tell you now that I'm excited to see any calls where they say they're one shot, but like you've literally only shot them with one bullet. I 100% do that in this game, Gino. You know, I call that
you're
the
one
wrong
of
things.
those?
I'm one of those people where I'm
no.
like, he's one, but I've probably just done maybe one clip, you know? Like you still got a bit of health. It's only one clip, but, one shot. Let's hope that they can get them down to the low level health and just attack. And then we got Righteous Strike, Mozambique here, the Wet Bandits. What a nice little standout name there. And the Dingoes. I'm just thinking, is this Australian related?
Yeah, I wonder.
Dingoes.
I get told the story about how the dingoes almost attacked me. I think it was like Fraser Island or something when I was a little kid. So, yeah, who knows?
Oh, my God, that was a thing, yes. You used to go there and you had to protect all your tents and your food, and you had to have it locked up because they would just come and savage everything.
Well, there you go. Got plenty of good team names. I can tell you there's some of the player names as well, which we'll see once we get into the game, are also elite. So very much looking forward to those. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fantastic to see the different like divisions and stuff go up against each other. Like, imagine if you were from the FIFA team. Or imagine like if you were like one of the Apex devs, which I know we've got a couple in here and playing, and you get taken out by someone from like the FIFA team, for example. Like, how would you ever live that down?
I don't think you would, because like you can't really hand out red cards. But look, it's going to be very interesting to see how everybody sort of plays up. And like, imagine working behind this game, like you said, for so long. Then can you really like put your skills to the test in this? But yeah, we got to say our team's sort of loading in at the moment. It seems some friendly names there, but I'm very keen to see like how these teams kind of have cohesion, right? You just came out of watching ALGs, you just casted ALGs, and now we're going into EA officers versing each other. I feel like they're going to do a lot better. I feel like there's going to be a better ALGs. What do you think? I reckon they got the skill. I believe.
Okay, all right. Just I'm gonna throw some more theory crafting out here for you, Lace. What if there's like secret hacks in the game, like secret tricks that we don't know about, that the devs put in, like little back doors? Like what if like the loot vaults on Kings Canyon that have been closed for a while? What would happen if they had some like secret code where you go, you hit like the up down AB, and it just opens that up and you like get a bunch of gold loot or something?
That's it. They could probably have everything. X to doubt, but like it's they could totally have all these insider knowledge. Or even when we go into the map itself, and you've got like a couple of invisible walls where you can't sit on certain things. Maybe they know where all the hidden spots are too. Because I'm always out here trying to find little rat spots because my team's going down. And you get the little 14 timer countdown. Then we got some waves there. The officer's getting spooky up in here, and they got a little bit of sustenance in the back there too. It's exciting to see these guys are getting ready to play some Apex. But yeah, they could have all these tremendous little ideas that even the pros, even us, even we don't know about. Only time will tell.
Well, I've been told to give a shout out to Team Ears. It's just Team David right now, because unfortunately there's only one player on that team. So I really hope he finds some friends. Maybe
David.
Look, there's some people on the couch there that don't have controllers in their hands. Like, maybe they can jump in and help out Team Ears, who seems to be struggling to fill the team right now. Having a look through the lobby, there's actually a good mix of PC and controllers there. So shout out to the diversity in Apex Legends input, certainly coming across throughout the company here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the dads are going to be the ones sitting on the couch with a controller with like the biggest TV screen too. Like if that's usually what you get beaten by in Apex lobbies. It's just a dad coming home from work, has a beer, chilling out, sitting on the couch, and you get absolutely shredded by them on their 70-inch TV. When I'm out here playing with like a tiny ass keyboard and a monitor, so it's anybody's game really. But it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. I hope everyone goes in with a really good attitude. Don't be too sad. If we can't sort of get some kills out there, because like I said, you play your ultimate rat game.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's certainly been enough players all around Apex kind of having a go at that method of points gathering for a while now, haven't they? But look, I hope we get some good action in it as well. I mean, it's always very different playing in a custom lobby to like playing in a ranked match and whatnot. And I'm sure there's going to be a great range of skills here. I'm even getting messages from people I worked on the ALGS with, saying that basically we have to call them the best team in the game, or our jobs are on the line, Lace. So
okay, are you getting payment under the table? Because I haven't received any yet. No.
Yep. So we've got Joe Lidge from the ALGS team. Who's been a big part of that. He's playing on Team 4. Their team name is Team 16. We'll have to go out and work out what he's. I'm sure they've come up with something a little more involved than that. But he's on the roller, and I've got to say, when I talked to him at the events, he keeps saying that he plays this game every day. So I'm expecting big things. Frankly, I'm expecting quite big things from Joe.
Yes, and we were look like we're getting everything underway here. Do we have a team with just two? We've got a little two team here. We're getting ourselves organised, and I hope everyone has an amazing time. We're very excited to watch this and cast this. Sort of our first cast together, two Aussies together. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a good time here, and we're going to get it rolling. We're going to get it started and see who comes out on top. I'm very, very excited to see who's going to be victorious. Are they going to be able to take out every single game, or are we going to have like a bit of fair play?
Yeah, I mean, we could see some really interesting comps as well. That's the other thing, right? I mean, this isn't... we've got no slaves to the meta here. We can... these guys can really pick up anything, so I'm really hoping that we get some really fun team compositions that come together and really surprise us in how well they can do.
Yeah, I'm going to give some extra points to whoever plays Octane. There is... no bias here, but as a jumpy boy main, I kind of want to see Octane come back into a lot of play styles. So having these sorts of things, and a lot of people just being able to pick whatever character they want. I want to see some Octanes. I actually love Mirage in this. I'm actually super shocked that Mirage isn't a more picked character, because to this day he shoots out his his decoys, and I still don't know which one to shoot.
What, they made it so much better. I mean, I feel like, maybe a year or two ago, before the rework to that ultimate, genuinely, it was a lot easier to tell. I agree. Now when he does it, I am absolutely bamboozled for at least 20 seconds, and you got to shoot through 5 of them before you actually find the real one.
Yeah, so he used to have a little bit of dust that kicked up from his feet, so you could just have a look at the toes, right? Go straight for the feet, and you can see which one is which. But now it's just impossible. You just kind of got to spray them all and hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. It's you always need the Devo ramped up to try and tear through them all before you even get time. We've got I think that's the Banhammer himself. Hideouts in our chat there saying watch for Team AWS, which as I have been told is possibly the front runner for the entire tournament. Lace, that's Hideouts, and I think they've got J Beebs on there as well.
Oh, so we've got a bit of a stacked team office squad here. That's very interesting. I was kind of wondering how they balanced it. How did they do this? You just kind of put your hand up, be like, you know what, I'll give it a red hot go. But look, go a little bit easy. on these people, especially, you know, like you said, if you're coming from FIFA, this might be a different change of pace for you, having to pick up a gun and playing such a fast-paced game like Apex as well. So, you know, we want to see some friendly competition, nothing too crazy, thank you, hideouts. Otherwise, we might have to bring a band hammer down on you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Imagine
words.
banning the man with the banhammer himself. Apparently that was the Los Angeles office there. We've got offices from all around the world, honestly, which is pretty cool. Obviously, EA being the global company that it is. Great Northern Way. Now, not exactly sure where that is, but can you take a guess? Can we let's maybe we need to get Rainbolt in here so we can identify the foliage in the windows behind them, and then we can actually work out, we can pinpoint where this office is placed. Yeah, exactly.
Well, excellent stuff. It looks like we're about to load in our first game of the day. Heading over to Olympus. One of my fan favorite maps would be Olympus. So it's one of my top ones. They do sort of, from playing it myself, sort of, it was a little bit of a difficult sort of third party map, but they made some awesome changes to it. Now I feel like it's definitely a bit of a fresh one. I think it's the most colorful one. So every time I step onto this map, Gino, I'm just nice, feeling instantly happy until I get shot and died. But like it's a very awesome map. It's such a beautiful thing, and I feel like the loot pools and the loot spawn is going a little bit better. Teams are sort of just going to fly in. I'm guessing that they're just going to drop wherever. So we're going to probably see some action from the get-go. I don't know if anyone picked landing spots.
That is actually a good point. Yeah, sometimes in these custom levels, you'll get, the teams will put the landing spot in the name. But this time, obviously, they want to, show off their creativity. So they've just gone for, let's say, Hot Tub Gold or Plants vs. Sims. Team Steve's, which is seems to be the team with Kale on it, which is obviously my favorite.
And a Mirage.
So, I mean, we could get some big hot drops, huh?
Exactly. So yeah, teams are sort of. We see a couple of meta characters in here, but I do see a couple that we got a lifeline thrown in there too. That's probably great for any of the teams that need to be rezzed immediately. It's gonna. Well, look at this meta team here. We've got Don't Shoot. We've got a Bangalore and a Catalyst and a Newcastle. That is a meta team at the moment. They're fighting. They're ready to go.
All right, looks like we're dropping in. This is going to be awesome. So, as you can see, teams really just going to drop in wherever they feel, any side of the map. Not many have dropped so far, which makes me wonder if we're going to get some big fights over it. Maybe, I don't know, hydroponics, phase driver. Maybe there's a whole bunch of loot fiends in this who just want to keep pressing those gotcha buttons over and over again.
Yeah, it kind of seems like all teams are sort of sparingly heading out. We don't see anybody sort of landing too close together, and it kind of feels like they've thought this through. But we've got the Deadly Dads heading over to Bonsai. What a great POI to land. Lots of loot, crafting generally, and then they can make swift rotations into third-party fights, which sort of happen around this area. This is definitely somewhere where I would land. They've got it together. So we're going to see some probably a little bit of scurrying, a little bit of looting, and then we're hopefully going to see some teams sort of fight it out, battle it out, make sure that they can win this for their team, win this for their office, and have a good time doing it.
Yeah, it's a good question. Like, what are the stakes here, Lex? I mean, personally, if I was in charge of this competition, I'd probably say, whoever wins this gets to be CEO.
Oh, you just gotta go. I was gonna say maybe has to get the next round of coffees, but yeah, we can go CEO.
Why not? I mean, if you're that good at games, I don't know, maybe you should be in charge. That sounds sensible to me.
Honestly, I think that is very accurate, and I'm glad I wish I thought of that myself. Sorry.
Okay, so we do have two teams close together. This is, of course, over at Oasis. We've got Team 16 and Plants vs. Sims. Some places, Clinic, completely unoccupied. Hammond Labs, Energy Depot, no one went there. But then if you go down to places like Rift, you can see Team Ears, And yeah, I think Oasis, considering there's 2 teams there already, and we've got the ring kind of pulling somewhere over there. It's going to be, yeah, it'll be fun to see if that's a good place to set up. We're already seeing some ramparts and whatnot get to work over there.
Yeah, if we have a look at Solar Away, that's probably going to be our closest teams to start out with a battle. They seem like they're just kind of all nicely looting together, but we might see some action happening over in Solar Away. They're just taking their time. Snowflakes, and we've got Hot Tub Gold itching closer together. Hopefully they can have a look, get some shots here, and create a decent fight for us.
I mean, the other thing to note is it's Turbo Day, my favorite day in Apex, where everyone should pick up absolutely every Havoc they ever see, especially if you've got access to a crafter, and really just get wailing on that. You know what's funny? I actually had a conversation with Verhulst after the end of after TSM1 ALGS, and he was telling me, as we finally start to see some shots ringing out here, that he thinks that non-turbo Havoc is potentially better because of the 1 extra damage.
The 1 extra damage, but then also there's the time frame to charge up that, and like, is your 1 extra damage going to be, you know, suffice for the time it takes to actually start that gun? It takes 3 to 5 business days, I swear to God, without a turbocharger.
Yeah, look, according to him, but I don't know. Maybe that's just because he's got that 6th sense and he can start it up before you know, us plebs
I would say
manage.
It's good for someone that, you know, can aim.
Yeah.
But for us who you know, spray and pray, it's that 1 extra damage is probably not super necessary. I would definitely take the turbocharger over that.
Look, I'm definitely in the same boat. And I dare say there's a few people in our lobby that are as well.
So if we have a look over here at Oasis, we have our 2 teams sort of high ground, low ground at the moment. They making a retreat here, right through the window. Petrasky get the res with the lifeline. That's why you play this character. Down goes Bear. And we have our trusty lifeline being able to revive the character. And unfortunately, Bear has been knocked out, unable to be revived by Lifeline's drone, making a sneaky banner recovery. They're going to finish off this fight here. We might see our first team go down. Drowski's holding on for dear life, throwing out the drone, but unfortunately, it is not enough. Tulip is taking out the wonderful Lifeline. What a spicy little fight here. And it seems like they're coming off, and they're just going to borrow the drone. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for dropping that one.
There we go. Plants vs. Sims, the first team to fall, and it's in an important spot as well. I mean, not only that, they get the gold Peacekeeper as well. Got the Disruptor rounds on it still, so that's a pretty hefty pickup there. And as well as we mentioned, for, you know, those kind of first-time Apex viewers, you know, a couple of KP as well, a couple of kill points, so that will help them, you know, make their way to the next round. I believe, you know, we're using the normal scoring system, and it's the top 10 teams from each round will make their way into the semi-final. We'll have another 2 lobbies, and then we'll cut it down again to the top 20 teams, where we will play the final out afterwards.
Yeah, so everything is at stake here. You do want to sort of hit the top 10 teams just to get those extra points, and then obviously any KP on top is definitely what you want to add to the pile. As we have our team sort of sitting on low ground, peppering themselves. Look at those hemlock shots. Team is going in feisty. Some excellent stuff from them.
We got warned about these guys, and you can see they're getting the Revenant out. Obviously very scary when you've got those Forge Shadows on top of you, right? You can see it's just such a raid boss. They're taking down Chop and Broccoli from behind, and Luke Kangan also going to hit the bottom. So that's another team wipe coming out.
That's it. What a quick fight. It's just too easy for them. We're going to need somebody just to come and quickly third-party them and, you know, make sure that they can keep the pressure on Team Ears because, yeah, watching that action there, they do not miss. We've got Gonza peppering with the Spitfire. Heading on in, be able to take it down, and down goes Synonymous. As they are just making their way, trying to look for the little extra the team. Gonza is just flying on in, taking that Octane jump pad. Exactly the character I want to see. Stim Boy.
Oh, look at these shots coming out from the high ground.
There we go.
Very nice. Have to back off now with the banger coming in. There's actually quite a few teams stacking up around Terminal. So this is, this is Nessie's Noodles. They're all the way on the right side of Terminal. But if they keep going down, you'll find, there's teams who are actually taking the phase runner that have ended up together. So 3 or 4 teams down there by the end that in the next minute are probably going to have to work out what they're doing.
Yeah, we do have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams sort of just outside of zone, all close together. Are they going to be able to get some KP and take out a couple of names? If we have a team sort of just sit on in zone, they could actually take out quite a few. As we have Meat Stick Schnapper hitting with the great R99 shots. I'm going to make a recommendation. I would definitely take the 2X off of one of those close range guns, and you would have gotten some extra damage here as they head on in, and the teams try to escape far. Meat Stick Snapper just hitting with the havoc. If we get a jump pad throw, we might be able to take out the rest of this team as they go in. They've got a team right on them.
Oh, no. Yeah, gets completely blindsided by that one. It was Fidel Cashflow. That's a phenomenal name, by the way. Doing really well and dominating this other squad right next to them. But unfortunately, Ichni Sands got caught off and is going to just be in the death box there. Can Saith get out? You can see the Gibraltar trying to make his way. Unfortunately, didn't have that Gibby bubble ready to try and save his teammates when they needed it most. And now they've got to deal with Death Not Last. So you can see what their goal is. And if they keep going this way, they might actually achieve that.
Yeah, Death Not Last looking really strong here as they've got their full 3 squad with a bunch of sort of teams that have been broken around them. They might be able to make this out with the evac tower. Having this in game now is huge to make a swift rotation, especially with characters without mobility. They're just going to head straight into zone. What a great, excellent play by them as teams sort of make their way through this choke point from Estates. We might even see some teams sort of just swiftly turn around and clean up the mess that's coming from the zone.
Edgar Allan Pog, another just like top tier name. Like, man, I wonder if when you apply to EA, you have to tell them what your gamer tag is and like how much that gets taken into consideration when hiring these people, because like there's just some awesome gamer tags in here.
Yes, I feel like all the Apex community does have some of the best names. I've definitely seen some classic ones out there. We got Team Ears, our scary squad, just obliterating. That's what she said. Okay, I can see that. These names are excellent. And they're just going to make a nice little swift recovery here. And they might have a good position, but it seems like they're going to start cleaning up absolutely everybody.
Ooh. Okay. Got some Catalyst action in here over at Fight Night. Personally, this is my drop spot on Olympus. Oh, a nice prediction there with a crack through the cat wall. But it feels like there's a bit of a third party. So all of a sudden, when they thought they've got the drop, it looks like the other team may actually be able to come in here. Not really playing as a team, unfortunately. They lose one, goes down. May have to regroup or just try and get out as a double.
Yeah, so we've got a nice little swift lifeline res for Team FIFO. They might be able to get back into the game. We just got to get taught to get themselves a shield swap. It looks like they might be able to just reset here, Genome, and sort of back up through this back door and maybe take their losses and run away, or they might stand and fight, as we do have a couple of, we do have a duo in the midst, but then they've got a whole full trio, Soldier 76 right on the other side here.
Yeah, I think that might be the wrong game, but either way, it'll still work out for them. Soldiers 76 on the outside, kind of just trying to spot out Carrier and the teams that are in there. And I can tell you the ring is actually going towards Carrier, so the 2 teams currently sitting in there. Nessie's Noodles, and we've also got Team 33 ratting on the top of the ship all the way at the back. Those guys looking kind of good, especially seeing as they are a duo right now. Team 33, the one on the top in orange you can see there, actually going to be looking quite nice coming into the rest of this. As you can see though, teams continuing to just run at each other, especially on the west side of the map. Now look at all those teams.
If we're having a look at Team Ears, one of our most dangerous squad, David does not miss with this Hemlock, making a swift retreat through all the bombardage coming down. Looks like we lose the CGO. from Team Ears. That's our lifeline player. But with the dangerous David on their tail, I reckon they might make a swift reset. Oh, and it's the Deadly Dads! I'm really hoping they got to catch Warriors right here, and they're just taking a nice little position, hitting those 30-30 shots, being able to clean up the mess behind this wall. As David takes some damage, might need to pop a shield bat just to be able to recover. I don't think they're going to be able to get their lifeline player, but, you know, with the in the minutes of crafting the banners, they might be able to
it's possible.
Get teammate back, or we might see Jeff make a little swift portal recovery.
I mean, there is a crafter in the middle of carrier that'll actually be in the zone for quite a while. So, look, don't count them out just yet. It's definitely a possibility. Hyberon is greater than Respawn. They've managed to take that spot away from Team 33, so they're looking good all the way up the back of carrier now. Team 1's right next to them. Top Anger and Funk. Look, they think they're just having a... They're playing it pretty safe here, because they're a duo. They got the Parthy in the low bar. They can hopefully steal some good loot away with that. But for the moment, they I think they recognize their spot. They don't really want to challenge the other trios. Soda, they're right behind that box that he was just looking at with that charge sentinel, by the way. So don't peek your heads out, or it will get snapped off.
Play the ultimate rat game. We still have 10 squads alive with Zone 4 closing in. Stuff is going to get all things nicey and spicy up in here as teams are still sort of making their way from Oasis, trying to slot themselves into this ship. Whilst we have about four teams already solidified in the ships. We've got Steve, our lonely little rat, just sitting in the middle, just absolutely doing nothing. Hopefully Steve can kind of just chill there as we make another rat, David, coming in from Team Ears. We do want to sort of eliminate Team Ears, don't we? Because they are in it to win it.
Well, Definite Last, they really seem like they're playing with a plan here. I mean, you know, the moving character there in Ash, using that to try and get themselves in a good spot and then set up with the rampart. So I really like how they're approaching this. That said, Hot Tub Gold right next to them. Meanwhile, there's so much fighting on the inside now as there's about another, I don't know, 7 or 8 teams who are piled inside carrier. And as you can see, it's pretty hectic, just trying to hide away from these grenades. And, you know, the catwall, actually very valuable in a space like this.
Yeah, so we actually just have zones sort of pulling just outside the ship, so everybody that's rotated into the ship might want to make a swiftly exit out the left side, as we're going to see that this pulls halfway over the map of the ship too. That's a lot of playing field where you can't actually stand. We're going to find that they're going to have to play a little bit on the edge here, as we have the Deadly Dads throwing a beautiful nade, trying to hold back this team inside ship. Still 7 squads left. Zone 5 is itching closer.
Yeah, and I can tell you that Definite Last have put themselves in a fantastic spot. They actually repelled the push from Hot Tub Gold, and they are the only ones outside the carrier now, really, just kind of sitting down by themselves. Oh, Steve! Steve, what a spot! This man's a ghost.
That's it. What a rat! That's what I'm saying. You don't have to need to get any kills. You can just rat your way and earn some points.
It's going to be fascinating to see if Steve can get out of here alive. There are so many squads around him, by the way. Like, so many. They're probably going to go straight past him, but in the meantime, the teams who have got all their members up and running are making a little bit more noise. As you can see, even with the gold alternator, just going to full send it. Why would you not when you've got that piece of machinery to work with? Oh, man! Nikki! Making the ballistic work.
I see. You don't know. No rampart shield is safe when Nikki is on your tail, just obliterating that whole team here. It looks like we've got the mighty Sheila out. I spoke too soon. The Kirsten's cars talking about ramparts and Sheilas. What a great position here from Death Not Last, though. Right in zone, has the fortified wall. Extra wall from rampart. They are not getting penetrated anytime soon.
Oh, absolutely not. Those guys are... Yeah, they've got so many layers of protection right now. If they were in the Arctic, they wouldn't feel the cold whatsoever. That said, Soldier 76, they're looking pretty good, honestly. Nikki, you can see it was doing so much damage. It's done almost 1,500 with 4 kills to their name. Still chasing more, actually. There you go, finally. Oh, Steve. Steve, you tried so hard. Honestly, top 5 placing. That's not bad for a rat.
That's it. That's points on the board there. But yeah, Nicky's going absolutely ham there with quite a few points as Deadly Dads is just holding this left-hand side, waiting for anybody else left in the ship to sort of swing out as we've got Def Not Last on the other side as well. They're great positions for this team. We do have Nicky left with, I think
oh my god. Look at this.
Nicky's
That's it. It's a fortress over here. I mean, it's just stacks on stacks of defense. And they've got so many kills as well, right? Like, I mean, you've got 13 kills on Def Not Last so far. Even now, getting the Sheila out. And I like the kill tries to peek, and Nicky as well. I mean, oh, you got to pump 500 damage just into the walls before you can even touch this team.
I see it. It's definitely coming from Edgar Allan Pog, and that's from Pogger's Sheila shot as they're just going to try and take out Nicky, but Nicky might sort of pretend to not exist at the moment whilst these two teams fight side by side. This could be great for Nicky just to sort of hold on and solidify second place if Deadly Dads can sort of do some damage to this fortified team. Yeah,
I think the best bet for the for the other teams, honestly, is just to wait until that wall gets pushed out of the zone, right? Try and push them out. Anyway, the other two teams, they have to sort of engage here. And it's really just Nicky left all by themselves. The gold rampart here, or at least, you know, the coming out of the sling with the full set of attachments is going to do well. But now it's all up to the two left on Deadly Dads to go up against the full red squad of Def Not Last.
Yeah, so we've got Deadly Dads versus Def Not Last. Def Not Last looking good to win this fight. Looks like they're underneath here. One left and we go down. Excellent shots with the L-Star. As we all fall down, and it's Def Not Last taking out the first victory. Look, from the beginning of that fight, they got the position. They set up the barricades. It was kind of just, you know, we knew that they were in a great spot to win there, and look at them go, taking out victory with a fair few kills as well.
Yeah, don't sleep on this team. 18 kills on the side of Def Not Last. So, yeah, what is that, like 30 points in total? That's definitely a ticket to the next round, I'll tell you that much. It'll be interesting to see which 10 teams do actually make the cut after that. I mean, even Team Ears, right? They got 10th place, but they got 7 kills. So I'd say they're almost certainly going through. Soldiers 76 managed to grab 8 kills as well. So definitely a couple of teams we've got here to keep your eyes on.
Yeah, so, you know, we were sort of looking at Team Ears to sort of take out the victory, but then, you know, comes the underdogs, Def Not Last, with 18 kills and a win. I don't think you're sort of itching closer to that one, but even the Deadly Dads, though, placing at second place with 5 kills is an excellent achievement for this as well. So all teams sort of, we had 10 squads left alive in Zone 4, so everybody is in it to win it, and they're definitely making their choices to rotate and play this game, you know, out to the last end. So excellent jobs from all the teams.
I've been told that, look, as much as I'd love to hand the title of CEO, I've been told I'm not allowed to do that. And instead, as a substitute, we will be giving the winners a free Nintendo Switch and a 3D printed trophy.
Oh, see, I'm going to take that. That's even better because, you know, if you're CEO, you've got to work harder, right?
That's true. That's true. That's actually, that is a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, with all the awesome EA titles on the Switch now, I would definitely want to take that home.
Yeah, it's that's not a bad shout whatsoever. I wonder what the trophy's going to look like. Oh, we've got a sign. You may need to stand closer to the camera, sir. We don't have the resolution to pick up whatever you have put on your sign from there.
It said, Genome is awesome.
This is in Vancouver, I believe, this office. Oh, we've been told it says Great Northern Rock. Okay, all right. So we're getting some office pride here. You know, trying to show off the other offices. I love that. Oh, here we go. He's heard the message. He's coming in closer. game on, Great Northern Studio all day long. Yeah, all right. Shout out to those guys. Yeah, it'll be fun to find out where all these teams come from when we get to the later rounds and we become a little bit more familiar with them. All right, let's have a look at some of the replays of some of the big moments we saw from our first round here. As we'll have to wait for the other lobbies to finish as well. Obviously, there were 4 lobbies running at the same time. We'll wait for the top 40 teams.
Yeah, so we had quite a few teams sort of really shine. I don't know what I was expecting, but there's a lot of teams that have some really high star players here that are definitely well renowned with Apex. Nikki, one of them, loved absolutely watching that, like just taking out that team with just a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I know, right? Like having a look at Nikki, there was definitely some Apex experience, some Apex skill behind those plays. I like to see the ballistic as well, honestly, just because I don't think it got picked a single time in ALGS. I could be wrong, like maybe there was one troll pick somewhere along the way, but yeah, it really did not get a lot of play time. So keen to see how these guys can use it. We saw the alternator at the moment. There's a couple of good guns. The gold attachments that are around at the moment, right? Like, pretty good. You chuck a Havoc in there, you chuck a Devo in there, you chuck an alternator in there, PK in there. Any of those guns will get like immediately amped up if you chuck them in the sling.
I did see a lot of Havocs, but not a lot of turbochargers. So have they all just listened to Verholz? Like,
yeah,
was
maybe.
I wrong this whole time? Or did they just not find a crafter because there was too much action happening? Could be either one.
Yeah, look, the explanation that Verholz gave about why it was better without the turbo was that in the particular meta that they were playing in Champs, it was like, there's you've got Horizon gravity lifts, you've got catwalls, a lot of ways where you kind of you're peeking before you kind of see the enemy, right? So there's a lot of ways you can sort of you can take the pre-fire out of the equation because you sort of when you're actually pushing the opposition. So there's less like hard cover, I suppose. Yeah, so it was an interesting take. I get his point, but yeah, I think I'm probably on.
I feel like that's very calculated for a gun. I'm just going to pick something else up. No.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. I'm taking that turbo and plugging it in every day of the week.
Yeah, so we have a few lobbies playing, you were saying, Genome, and we have their top 10 squads going into semi-finals, correct?
Yep, correct. I think we'll be...
so we're going to see some fresh faces, or fresh players, I should say.
I think so. I've also got word, I believe we're going to be following Team AWS, or I think we are hopping into the lobby that Team AWS are in next time. All right, we'll just go for a quick break now while we get the next lobby set up. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying watching your fellow employees either decimate or get decimated. And don't worry, there'll be even more to watch on the other side when we get back into our second round of the day. Welcome back. All right, we're getting geared up here for round 2 out of 3, I believe, in our staff showdown here for National Video Games Day. Honestly, my favorite day of the day. It's like I didn't know about it yesterday, but today it's now my favorite day of the year.
And mine too. Just to celebrate video games and all things. Gaming is such a special thing, and especially we sort of revolve our lives around it. Growing up from being young, playing games, getting into the industry, what a great special time. So it's my favorite day as well, besides my birthday.
Look, a big shout out to Chris Pfeiffer, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Actually, I should probably ask him next time I see him at a LAN. And Daniel Davis as well. Those guys have helped running out this get this entire tournament running. So big shout out to those guys. Obviously, it's been a big effort. And yeah, honestly, they've done a great job because you've got such a huge turn up here. And it feels like from what we're seeing in the Twitch chat and all the smiles we've seen on the cameras around the offices and whatnot, everyone's having a great time so far. So glad you're all enjoying it. Will we see a few more people on the couch after we knock some people out? Not sure. It's going to be fun to see either way though.
Yeah, we are seeing around in the offices and just seeing all the Apex stuff sort of around in there. It just makes you really enjoy this game, and I hope everybody is having a great time playing it as much as we are watching it. Look at those friendly smiles and waves, and I'm loving this friendly competition. I kind of want to see some more signs and a little bit more rivalry.
Like, have they got cake or something? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a plate. Can anyone bring me a plate of cake?
Just pass it through the monitor, thank you. Yeah. But we've got a fair few teams, so we've got a brand new lobby to keep an eye on here, and we've been told that there's a top team here, AWS. So we're hoping they sort of do well, and they're the team to beat at the moment. But like we saw in our previous match, there's a couple of underdogs we got to keep an eye out for. Yeah, definitely, right. Let's have a look at some of the teams that we saw from last game. So this is, I believe, I'm going to guess this is the top 5 damage dealers in our last game. So David from Team Ears, I believe it was, up at 2,700 there. Case Ruse, 2,300. That's a good whack. Nikki, who we definitely enjoyed watching there. I think was playing on the ballistic there. Was almost 1,700. So yeah, look, a couple of heavy hitters there in that lobby. Yeah, so David did not miss a shot with the hemlock, I noticed, and Nikki definitely went out fighting. To see these sort of stats coming from these players is absolutely exceptional. So everyone's doing a well-rounded job for their team. But from here on, Lace, it just gets harder. I mean, it's getting at least twice as hard, I would say, right? Like you've knocked out the bottom 10 teams. You're playing against the top 10 teams from another lobby. So, no easy beats here. No slouches left in these lobbies. Now it's all going to be, hardened Apex veterans, I assume, like minimum Pred level players is what I'm thinking. Yeah, we've already got some fighting words in the chat here saying AWS. Can you go to the other lobby, please, and thanks? They're already trying to get rid of them. We haven't even started. and Hideouts just says, let's have some fun. Yeah, look, I'm sure it is going to be fun for... I mean, I like rolling through lobbies too. But what's fun? Winning. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, huh? Okay, what we need... Pred punching? Are you familiar with Pred punching, Lace? Yeah, yes. Look, maybe that's, I wonder if they've got their trails turned on. Maybe everyone will watch AWS drop and then just, get straight down on there, It's like Survivor, right? If you're too strong a team, sometimes everyone just gangs up on you. Maybe it's time for some metagaming. That's it. You got to find them out. But if we had landing spots, that could definitely be the way to play this one. But because nobody knows where they're landing, it's all just very exciting. It's all just going to be played out. Be able to find where they are. But hopefully a couple of other teams can sort of take out this top contender AWS. But, only time will tell. But I'm interested to see a couple of picks again. Like we saw Mirage, some Octane, some Ballistics. I want to see if we've got sort of anybody else playing not so meta characters.
Yeah, we had there's quite a bit of fun in the last one that we saw. I was just googling J Beebs' Twitter, by the way. I feel like there's a passing resemblance to Nicewig here.
Nicewig Ice Spice, or
No, definitely just Nicewig, but like the hair, right? He's got like the golden curls. I'm just wondering, like, I don't know, is it like the alter ego? Like, does he just go home and chuck on the anime hoodies and get on the stream? Maybe he's secretly both like a Respawn dev and a streamer.
Could potentially can transfer the skill as well. If it might be Nicewig undercover. It could be. But as we're just loading up here, I believe we're going back into Olympus for this map. So we're having a look at, is it Kings Canyon this time?
Ooh, I wonder if we're getting
this is gonna be woo.
Yeah, okay. Different map for each round, perhaps. That would be fun. I mean, it's been a while since I've cast a game on Kings Canyon, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, well, I've been playing a lot of ranks, so this is obviously a map that's been in rotation. And from original Kings Canyon, where it was, it's obviously one of the smallest maps. They had to make a fair few changes in it because there was a lot of choke points where it was just too easy to sort of take out teams. The changes now have been, I guess, quite good, so it does sort of stop that sort of stuff. But, the fights will happen very fast in this game. There's just nowhere to hide.
Yeah, it's I think you're spot on with that one. I got to say, I wouldn't mind if we threw it back to like the original KC. Man, I miss Thunderdome.
That is where I landed.
That was like the best fun, like playing around on the zip lines. Like you could always just roll up into Skulltown after all the silly people who landed there had kind of finished up, and then just like beat the one team. Like, oh, okay, here we go. So yeah. In case you guys are familiar with your colleague J Beebs, but not familiar with Nicewig, come on, that's pretty close.
Same.
That's pretty close.
If I tease my hair a little bit more, I could match that hairstyle too.
Okay, all right. Maybe. Look, I've never done it. How long does it take? Do you reckon if we like just took a break for 5 minutes, you could come back and you would look like that, Les?
I could probably do that. Yeah, in a couple of seconds.
Really?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. He's got skills.
Oh, but yeah, always. I absolutely did love Kings Canyon. I was a Thunderdome lander as well, because then you grab. There's like one purple shield. Then you would grab that, and then you would go. Wait, which way?
Fist way. we're both messing it up.
My camera's the wrong way. Hang on, let me go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Woo! Let's go.
Oh my God, I'm so back to front. And then you would just run in, right? And you would just clean up Skulltown. And that was the pinnacle of it.
It was good times. Yeah, like fighting for Skulltown, like off drop, was just miserable unless you're like unbelievably cracked. But yeah, coming in, it's just a little bit later in the picture was a good time, I always thought.
Yeah, so we'll have these. I wonder how long it's been maybe since some of these players have played Kings Canyon, because it only just came back into sort of rotation recently. So we might see some teams sort of going a little bit AWOL, trying to find all the new loot spots and all the POIs that have the best of the best. But it's going to be an amazing thing. I will find that a couple of teams will probably have to contest. I feel like there's not enough POIs for everybody to sort of land by themselves.
There's actually like a fair few in Kings Canyon, isn't there? I like, because people have been discussing it recently with sort of how many potential map changes for the next year of ALGS. And I think they were saying there's actually like the number of POIs on Kings Canyon. Man, we just never stops casting, does he? I mean, like it just doesn't matter where you go with Apex. He's always there. He is always there.
Take a break, man. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it's there's obviously major POIs. They changed. Obviously, was it Skulltown? They've changed it to I forget the name of it. Thank you. I always still call it Skulltown. I just can't help myself. And then if I say Relic, my team yells at me. They're like, "It's not Relic." But you know,
it kind of still looks like a big skull. Like I feel like you can kind of tell. You know.
Yeah. So you got like those larger POIs where you can potentially fit about 3 teams in there because you've got all the loot spawn at the back as well along the walls. So those sorts of places are a lot better. But then, you got a lot of like no-name towns and stuff that you may not get some good stuff, but then there is the opportunity to land there to third party instantly. So there's different flavors depending on your play style.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. All right, looks like we are loading in to round 2, Kings Canyon. As you can see, still Turbo Day, still players staff members having cake without us.
Those socks, I'm gonna get me a pair.
Wow, man, yeah, the pulled up all the way with the shorts as well. That's a look, man. Yeah, like give us the can line.
Can I kick like that too? If
why
I
stop
wear
there?
They are honestly, I think, a little rainbows on them. That just makes you happy. I'm gonna have to get me a pair of those socks. They're the gaming socks. That's what you need.
Like, you know how you have like you sometimes get killed by someone who, like, around the corner, and you're like, wow, that guy must have like a $5,000 gaming chair.
Yeah, it's the
you know,
socks.
yeah, exactly. Maybe he's just got the gaming socks.
Yeah, so once we have our team sort of load in here, I'm going to see a couple of picks. Oh, we've got a couple of Fuse players. Actually, Fuse underrated. Fuse is excellent on this map as well. As I said before, it's kind of like a smaller map, and having like those grenades and stuff, just being able to shoot a short distance is amazing on this map. So picking Fuse is actually huge for this map alone. I saw a couple of Lobers in there too, so if someone goes down, you got the banner recovery. So, you know, players they're playing smart. They're playing to their ability.
Absolutely. Shout out to Tyler as well from EA, who's also been integral in putting this whole event together, along with Chris and Daniel there. So awesome to have employees who are dedicated to spreading the love for Apex, which, as we all know, is the best game in the world.
Exactly. And as our team's flying in, we have Nice Swig the God just kind of popping up there.
It's just overlooking the whole map,
luck.
you know?
Yeah. Do well, my pretties.
It's like, you know, in The Lion King where like Mufasa appears in the clouds. That's like I feel like they should make a cloud in the sky box for Apex.
We're already gonna fight off the back.
Oh.
Right in the caustics then.
Oh my God.
Taking a little bit of damage here. Spraying with this RE45 with only a little bit of light ammo.
By the way, this is Team AWS, and they're on the run right now. It's Team 19, who we're currently on, but they are routing Team AWS at the moment, who are just trying. Oh man, Hatred's been put down already. Hideout's just trying to get a sell off. J Beebs has just managed to get into this, but damn, these guys need to clutch up because Team 19 are holding this down together.
Yes, you are. You know, we thought this team was sort of going to make it to the ends here, but it looks like they might make a swift retreat. It doesn't look like they have enough to sort of take this fight. But, you know, J Beebs, which I think is our nice wing, is sort of just holding out a little bit. They're trying to get a recovery on Hatred, but they're just going to play themselves through these doors. But, you know, AWS, they're going to have to pick up a little bit extra loot to maybe take down this team. But if this team can just get a little bit of confidence and full send, they might take out the best players.
Yo, I think that's exactly the problem right there. They're actually waiting quite a while now. They really had the big advantage, but now with hideouts down as well, J-Beebs has to just make it out. He's taking the gravity lift. He's going to go straight onto the balloon to try and get out of this. Spinning in the air. AWS, they've been taken out. The front runners have been absolutely sent and demolished by Team 19.
Wow, that was absolutely incredible. It is quite a skill to be able to follow somebody up the zip, especially a flat line with no sight. But that just made it look too easy. Sinister just absolutely obliterated them. But yeah, AWS out. As we head over to another team here, we've just got an OB Road Man J and Van Golf. These names are just getting better.
I just can't believe it. We had multiple sources basically telling us that that AWS was gonna, not only get to the final, but take the whole thing out. And I don't know, maybe we should just call them Dark Zero, Lace, because they've fallen in the semifinals here, and they've really underperformed expectations, unfortunately.
Yeah, we said they would win, and what happened? They did it. So, we'll take that payment now under the table for taking out one of the strongest teams here. But as we've got ourselves a little fight over to the right-hand side, kind of just playing it a little bit, but you don't really want to be knocked out here as Van Shanivsky goes down. And what a block they made. Plus, almost obliterating this lifeline.
Ooh. Okay, so Underestimator. It's a great superhero name, by the way. He's made it out there. Put down the castle wall. Actually used that to try and put some space between themselves and the other team that is chasing them. Another great name, Gosu Snipe Sauce. I really do like that as a player name. But yeah, Underestimator, I think, has managed to make it out even with a gold shield as well. The only problem being they're probably about to run into another two duos who find themselves out in two spines.
Yeah, so hopefully Underestimator can sort of scope this out a little bit, have a bit of a squiz to see if there is anybody in here. Just openly looting these bins with a little duo on his tail. Looks like Underestimator's he's just gonna head on over. Okay, what a great retreat. I don't even feel like he had to look around himself. Just maybe melted in the waters just to get out of there, as we got AQ Demons solidifying this building and just sort of peeking some shots right down here in Swamps.
Yeah, that's
Don't care.
The other team who's over here in Swamps, Team 72. They I don't think they're leaving anytime soon. They are very much catgooed and fortified their building over there. And now we've got some other teams who are racing against not only the other teams but against the ring to try and make their way in here. So this is build delete.
Yeah, so with a couple of the changes, the ring is actually it kind of ticks a little harder but a little slower at the same time. So it's still sort of sustainable if you have enough meds. But what I found is you do not want to be caught out fighting in zones anymore. It is incredibly hard to sort of fire your gun whilst trying to med at the correct time to stay alive. So it does force a lot of teams more to rotate in. As we have a look at the map, there are just I don't even know how many teams are outside of zone now rotating in.
Yeah.
From that top section. So, they're all going to have a bit of a fun time when they move into this zone. Yeah,
you can see there's so many clustered around the top, and that's just partly because of sort of where this ring's pulled, and so the edge of it is right on the edge of a bunch of mountains that essentially kind of cut the map into north and south, and they're all getting... Yeah, just kind of getting a little bit congested on there. It's I think a lot of this might be due to top 20, who's holding a lot of these other teams out. And here we go, as we switch to that very team, we've got Team 4, Team 29, and then fighting Mongoose on either side of them.
And top 20 has to be holding out by this other team. Kuru with them excellent shots with the alternator, but unfortunately, Lol Zolos has been taken down from top 20. Top 20 will have to sort of make their way through this choke point. It kind of looks like this other team has sort of let them sort of run through this way, and they're going to make more of a rotation around that rock, but they'll probably meet up with each other in the middle. Top 20 managing to get a revive here, but it looks like fighting Mongoose might actually let them be. Seems like they've lost one of their players, so they're sort of going to head out and not continue that fight.
Yeah, it looks like they're just a little bit worried about taking the fight into the zone, because that's not always a good idea, as you said, right? And then look at this, AQ Demons on the other side, just taking some pot shots at Noble Team, who are might actually get the res off here, retrieve the wounded, always helpful. And then wow, okay, top 20 have full sent it onto Team 4 in the zone here, and it looks like the Loba Alex might just be able to get out. Alex is just leaving Jetfire to death. It's a bit of a bait and switch here, just to try and make it out with at least one member alive. Because as we saw last game, Lace, if you make it into the top 10, maybe just there's already some KP on the team, you might just squeak it into the finals.
That's it. You can just rat it out. If we've seen anything from Season 17, playing as a rat can get you a victory. So, you know, you just need to be able to make your way into zone and avoid everybody. Usually those mobility characters are the best to be able to hide in there. But we've got sort of build delete here in our tower. Just having a look at a couple of squads from here as all teams are sort of rotating in. We've got 1, 2, 3, about 4, and another 2 teams coming into the cage. Things are going to get spicy again on the outsider zone.
Oh, man, the cage is always such a tough spot to take fights around as well. Like, there's no one up the top at the moment, right? So, it can be a real trouble to try and take some fights there. But we do have an evac tower. I like this from Build Delete, using their heads here to make their way into zone. And they're just going to skip past this. They're going to go past Live Wires, Noble Team, and fighting Mongoose, who are really struggling right now. Oh, that was a big R9 beam, actually. From Mitch there. But yeah, Build Delete, they've managed to circumvent all of that nonsense happening at Cage.
Yeah, so that was a top IQ play here because like there's a couple of teams sort of just sitting on these outskirts here. Noble Team looks like they're just going to sort of sit above Live Wires. Live Wires are making a swift recovery of getting that, but it looks like they're getting peppered from above. Down comes the bullets. Dragon has been taken out. Polygon taking out Dragon there. Excellent catalyst wall just to be able to keep that team off height, off their shoulders. Noble Team is only a little duo here. They might actually see if they can get a couple more kills, or looks like they're just going to sit on this height and maybe not take the rest of the fight. It is still Zone 2. They still can survive this. With enough meds, they'll be able to sort of take their way through the building and head down the stairs. Looks like there's a couple of teams in there, though, so if they do so, it might be a bit dangerous. But it looks like they've got to disengage from that fight and move over to free kills.
Yeah, free kills. I don't know, a bit of BM towards the rest of their colleagues, if you ask me, with that name. But we'll have to see if they can live up to it, I suppose. They are in a fight right now with Team Burrito.
We've got free kills sort of just parting ways with the catalyst wall, coming with the EMP from Help Me. I'm loving this. Free kills help me. This team needs a little bit of confidence. Seems like they're staying alive quite well here. Maybe they're not free kills after all.
Yeah, looks like the Wraith Portal play underneath them from Try It Out is actually going to get his teammate to safety. Dirty Work does manage to get out. So that's Team Burrito there, who have made it underneath the South Watchtower. It's not going to be quite far enough. They've got a little further to go before they get closer into Map Room. And it looks like the circle is pulling over towards, like directly on top of Map Room, basically. And ironically, you know, maybe fittingly, Riders Strike have been sitting in there doing nothing all game.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of these teams that are sort of sitting in Map Room do have some solidified loot. So for all these teams sort of rotating into zone, it looks like they've got enough to fight them, as we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 teams sort of just making their way from diving board, making it into zone here. But yeah, you know, there's a bit of room to play in Map Room, couple of sections at the top, at the back, so we can fit a fair few teams in there, but it's just trying to get in is the difficult task for these teams at the moment.
Oh no! Mozambique here, have they left it too late? You can see them taking significant ring damage here as the pot shots ring in, but it's fine. Look, as long as they've got the med kits to heal themselves back up after this, it might have been a decent play. I've got to say, we're going into round 4 now, and we've still got 14 squads alive. 13 now, as I say that, but I mean, that's pretty incredible, honestly. This is, you know, if you're listening to the pros, they'd call this a good quality game.
Yeah, the more teams packed in a tiny zone makes it better play. Obviously makes it a little bit more difficult to fight your way out, but this is the action pack that we want to see. As we have Team 72 taking the height. Having a 30-30 on this height is excellent. And as we got Piranha on the fuse, being able to throw some knuckle dusters and just fully annoy teams that probably have a little less loot. Just be able to waste their meds is quite a good play here. Mozambique here just playing on the right-hand side. Having a little sort of make their way up this position with a Gibby. You know, they've got a character where they can sort of push up easily. caustic barrels, so anybody that wants to sort of drop on them and get in their way might be hit with some gas. But Mozambique here, not in the worst position to hide behind this truck, depending on where this zone pulls.
Oh, see they're getting some ticks on this this team who's holding the zone up above them. That's going to be Team 19 going for the gatekeep, and they've not only that, but as you can see, they've got the rampart wall set up, so this is it's a pretty solid position for them, honestly. Teams slowly, very slowly making their way into the map room zone. A lot of them honestly taking their time and just playing on the outside until the zone forces them to move further in. Up until recently, Rider Strike was still the only team sitting in or even around the map room building, but now, as we say this, there's 4, maybe even 5 teams starting to come in as all the other teams who've chosen Valve decide to use the Skyward Dive and head further into the ring. Yeah, Build Delete is actually going to find themselves having a nice little rotation in here. Oh, just from the right hand, I spoke too soon. They had a clear pathway for a moment, but it looks like, you know, those shots from the right-hand side has taken out dirty work. Team Burrito just sort of trying to make themselves underneath this staircase, which we've got Build Delete fighting for their goddamn life. Yes, this is getting pretty crazy out in here. As you can see, a couple of people really locked in as we get to the top 10 squads. So, damn, man, these people are really fighting for their tournament lives here and trying to make it all the way to the finals. You can see there's some pretty sweaty play going on here in our semi-finals.
Yeah, so we have top 20 sort of just sitting under the staircase here. They might even make a play to push further into zone. We do have a couple of spots available if they can get themselves in there. It looks like most teams are sort of fighting in map room now. We've got about 5 teams fighting it out for positions in there. While we have, I think Mozambique here, sitting pretty at the back, just having a nice little loot. But Team 5 are in and amongst the action with all the squads in map room. We do have a couple of broken teams, though, so we've got a couple of duos.
It managed to grab a kill with a creeping barrage there, so not bad from Frozen Fro. Our Bangalore player who's... you can see some teams sitting inside, some teams on top. Out the back, really, is probably where you want to be. And the team we were looking at before, Mozambique here, actually are going to be in a great spot because they're towards that back platform, and they also have a caustic on their team lace. That means they're really going to be able to set up here and just devastate the other teams if they try and take position off them.
Exactly. They got it there. They got a bit of time just sort of to play around and wait for all the sort of squads battling for their lives just to sort of go down. And yeah, they've solidified this whole entire room as top 20 sort of making their way. Excellent peppering shots with the R301. The damage!
That was a solid beam there. Now right, Beast of the Hunt. It's time to go. They're going to try and push the top, but as they do, their player comes out in the second level. Unfortunately, a little bit disconnected from the rest of the team, so that's going to be an easy kill there for top 20. But we're up to 6 squads left now.
Yeah, the cohesion with top 20 at the moment, they all just swung that person. I wonder what the communication is like for that team, because that was a very swift play. As Team 5, unfortunately eliminated. Ghost taking out Cheese Plus with the dirty Arc Star. I've been known to stick myself with my own Arc Star, so it's nice to see other people, use it in the correct manner.
Taking notes from the wrong person there, apparently. But look, Rider Strike, they were the ones who have really been holding down map room for the longest time, pinging that to get the info the whole way through the game. But unfortunately, it feels like they can't hold on to it. The Wraith player does actually manage to get away, though, looking for an armor swap down the bottom. You can see that's them just to the left there of Oates Malone's. So they've got them spotted out, and I guess they don't realize that it's just a solo, so they're not feeling like pushing that just yet, especially when they're safe inside.
Yeah, and it looks like our solo has been taken out. Seems like they've found the little solo here, but top 20, sorry, 6 kills. I think one of the teammates has 7 kills. They are fighting. They have so many kills right now, and height on these 2 teams. So it looks like Mozambique here, do have the inside and have the gas barrels all to set up. I think we might be holding on to a Gibby bombard. So, you know, that might have to rain fire on top 20 above. But they're going to sort of wait patiently till the zone pushes them in.
Yeah, as you said, top 20, 14 kills so far. So we'll definitely be seeing them in the final lobby. But, you know, they still want to get that end-game practice in here. You know, they want to make sure they're going to be the ones walking away with those switches and the trophy as well. So Mozambique here, they've been playing well from the low ground. They are going to try and make sure these barrels are causing havoc. Team 19, they're on the outside, and then above them you've got Team Top 20. So who's going to have to drop first? Who's going to get the first? Who's going to take the first big swings here? I think is the real question.
Yeah, looks like Mozambique here. Are they taking out? We're going to great little Kuri's left alive for the top 20 team. Mozambique is swinging on them, and out goes our decimating team. Mozambique is still alive with our little core stick. Throwing down those gas barrels might be a bit dangerous here as Beast Dude sort of tries to look for them with the Digi threat. Sinister Smooth being able to find those gas traps, just getting rid of them as they can make their way over to this team. It's all fighting here.
Well, they're desperately trying to get this res off, but now we've got the Lifeline taking the high ground. The gold alternator looking down through that caustic gas, has perfect vision of that, tries to use the heady, but just doesn't quite manage to convert. Mozambique here walk away with the win and 8 kills.
That was exceptional. They managed to bring it down to an actual 1v1. But unfortunately, the Lifeline on height there just, you know, didn't have enough heals for the rest of that team. But that was a different turn of events than I thought. But yeah, look at them go.
Totally
action packed.
Okay, well there you go. That's round 2 done for that lobby. And actually having a look at that one, it was I guess a more even spread of kills between the top 10 and the bottom 10, or no, the opposite of that. It wasn't. It's basically, most of the teams who got to top 10 are going to make it through the next round, from what I could see there, Lace. So, you know, they picked up the most kills as well as getting the placement, which means, you know, they should be good to go forward, basically. I think there was only one team that had 5 kills live wires in number 12th place. They might just pop up and take out, say, AQ Demons, I think, might push them out of the top 10. So, yeah, looks solid. Definitely top 20, I think, is someone who we're going to be keeping our eyes on, you know, going into this next game. But also Mozambique here in Team 19. Our top 3, honestly, I think, you know, kind of did make themselves look like they were ahead of the rest there.
Yeah, as we have it over to some replays, I'm excited to see some of these beams here. But, you know, our team, JWS got knocked out quite early, unfortunately. We, you know, would have been excited to see some of that sort of stuff. But I think it was Team 19 that eliminated JWS, right? And they put themselves into 2nd place. So going from that to that is incredible. And then top 20, taking out 17. It was about 17 kills that match. Just excellent work from all of them.
Yep, putting up some big numbers, and you know you gotta think back to the start of it as well, right? Where we had the Titans, AWS taking down, and now going to be looking on from the sidelines. Going to be interested to what they to hear what they have to say in their defense, honestly.
Yeah, just top 20, you just see them mowing down everybody. You know, they're dads, they've got the mower out, they're just ready. You know, they're going to put their hands on their hips and stand back and be like, look what we've done. But top 20 just literally half the lobby. But, you know, it doesn't, you know, all these kills doesn't mean nothing. You could still take yourself to the next round, even if you just place in the top. But Mozambique here obviously proved that as well.
Had a question in the chat, Lace. Did Hideouts get griefed? No. It was a straight up 3v3 between AWS. Actually, who was the team that took them out? I've forgotten.
It was a Team 19, which has Sinister on it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because they ended up in the top top 3 as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like fully legit fight. Yeah, no, you know, no shenanigans, no silly business. Just you know, plain old good fashioned pointing and clicking.
Yeah, they don't know where they're landing. There's no one's picked spots, I don't believe. So it was just luck of the draw.
Yep, both went for that gold loot down at Caustic Treatments, and yeah, look, the better team prevailed in the end.
Hideouts isn't going to like that, but no, look, well played. You know, sometimes things just don't go your way, and it happens. Sometimes you're going to land on a P2020, and they're just going to get an absolute kitted gold weapon. Like you never know in these RNG games. But no, all teams played exceptional. But it was really good to see sort of everybody just fit themselves in. But over to you, Gino.
All right, well, that's our first 2 rounds done. We'll get that finals lobby, up and running very soon. Everyone, enjoy your cake.
Give us some.
Make sure you do your flexes, your hand stretches to make sure that you're ready to get into that finals and take out the lobby. It's been a good 2 rounds so far, and I'm sure this finals is about to be even better. All right, we'll take a quick break now, guys, and we'll be back with the exciting finale very soon. Alrighty, EA employees, we are back with the grand finale. The best 20 teams from around all of the EA offices are ready to play. And, okay, we just saw a Switch controller. I'm struggling to remember now. Is there crossplay on Switch as well?
There is. You get the juicy, I think it's 0.8. Aim assist from Switch.
You get higher aim assist on Switch.
Yes.
Wow,
have you seen the frames on that thing?
That is genuinely wild. I'd love it if like a Switch gamer took this out. Look, either way, we've had some absolutely cracked gamers getting into this final lobby here. Apparently, I've got word that on Team 4, Deadly Dads, which you did actually see in game round 1, Lace, Anakin EA. That's actually John Nelson, the commish himself of the ALGS. So
I knew I picked the right team.
Yep. So look, big shout out there. Glad to see that with AWS falling, there's still someone flying the flag here for the Apex team, and he's got his skills to back up all the hours I'm sure he's put into watching the tournament.
Yeah, so, you can't underestimate a lot of players here. And like we've seen some different inputs and stuff. So I don't know if there's going to be, too many MNK stuff, but to see like Switch controllers and stuff like that, it's just a lot of fun. It's just all around sort of stuff. And it's super enjoyable to watch. But yeah, seeing those two lobbies sort of compete, there are some amazing Apex players in amongst these offices. So, I don't know, are you actually working or are you actually training in Apex?
Yeah, exactly. It's a good question, isn't it? All right, I've got a stat to look at here. I'll wait for this next game to get started. Oh wow, that's harsh. That's so harsh.
Favorite character.
Favorite character, Banhammer. I love it. Because we actually had the who was it? The other team in the chat there saying that we don't like. Dude, what do you mean? We're big fans. Like, you guys took out AWS. You're now the front runners. So yeah, look, valiant effort before falling down there, but I think we're gonna have to find some other storylines to run with now. Deadly Dads, they're gonna be one. Def Not Last have made it through here, so good to see them back in top 20, top 19. Mozambique here. That was our top 3 from the last game. Nikki even, look good to see Nikki back after that valiant efforts in game 1. So definitely, a couple teams to look out for their, Lace.
Yeah, we're going to see some good contenders here. Also, a shout out to I was watching. Is it Cree from top 20?
Yep.
Amazing player as well. So there's quite a few big contenders in each team. Obviously, each team is sort of working in good cohesion here, but there's quite a few front runners that we didn't expect. So excited to see sort of how they play this out. Yep. But some good shout outs here. I did see someone before saying I sounded like Mad Maggie Genome, and there's always one. Fun fact, there's a bunch of us that actually pretend to be the fake voice actors, and we jump into American lobbies and we go and troll everybody. We're called the Apex Avengers. So yes, I am the fake Mad Maggie voice actor, and someone in chat, you can't spell problematic without M-E. There you go. So that's for my people in chat there.
I can't believe I've met Horizon's voice actor, and now I'm here casting with Mad Maggie's voice actor all in the same week.
Not even from New Zealand, but I take it. Yeah,
what an awesome time for me. Who else have we got here? We got Cool Hand Luke. I'd love to know. It's probably against like employee regulations, but I'd love to know how old the person with that name is, because that is a very old movie, and like I guess I'm kind of old too, honestly. But let's just say that I'm a movie buff, and that's the only reason I know that name, because wow, that is really a throwback.
Yeah. Who's our oldest player here at the moment? Is it a part of the dads, or is we got some young dads like? Wonder who would be our oldest Apex player in this lobby.
That is a good question. Yeah. We'll have to see if I don't know. Maybe we'll get some more info on the teams when they win. Oh, actually, something important I should point out that I just saw in the chat there, Lace, was a good question, which is like, how do you actually win, right? So it's not the last team alive. It's going to be on, ALGS point system and the team with the most points. So you could win this and still not take it out. You really definitely need to be worrying about the KP as well. But we will, we'll update you on that as it happens and try and keep tabs on, sort of who's racking up those kills early on in the game and whatnot. That said, I don't think we're going to get, teams sort of like running through everything, right? Like from what we saw last time, and here's just a quick recap on how those points work for anyone wondering. So it's these are the placement points, and of course the 1 point per KP as well. But yeah, like the last game was so tight, honestly. Like there was so many teams really just feeling it and taking it all the way to the end. Not throwing their lives away. I really like to see the pressure.
Yeah, it's always a gamble at the start too. Like, do you want to take out like a team sort of close by and get some early KP? But then it's a gamble because you might not have that position. So you want to you do want to be a little bit tactical behind it as well. Sort of what I like to say is like if you can hit top 10, so you obviously get placement points and then start sort of mowing down teams. That's probably your best bet to take out, a win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good strategy, and maybe that's one that Team Ears will be operating under here. That's the two guys we're seeing on the screen. I know. I'd love to know
gamer chairs and gamer socks. This is the gamer setup.
Exactly. I'd love to know like how they've managed to kit out their officers so well. I think we may have even seen the limited edition gold Nessie on the left side.
And you didn't bring me one home, rough.
I'm sorry.
Gonna have to get a gold Nessie, guys.
Look, they put a limit on them by the last day. By the way, that's how in demand they were, Lace. So
yeah, well, they were from Japan, correct?
I think they started out. They were in Japan, and yeah, they managed to wrestle some away for champs and spread the love around. So
I've got myself an Octane butterfly knife because I'm an Octane main, but I'm going to try and get my hands on one of those gold Nessies. If I have to pay for it, I will, or I'll 1v1 someone for it, maybe.
I gotta say, a lot of the other casters were grabbing a couple and putting them up for competitions and stuff. So yeah. Maybe if you go follow, I don't know. I think Vicky was doing it. I think Bullet was doing it. Yeah, maybe there's still a chance.
Yes, may I have, please? Yes.
Oh, someone's saying they got a smoke kill. That's actually amazing.
Yeah, for 10 damage.
Yeah.
The Bangalore smoke kill is about 10 damage. So if you can sort of beam them down a little bit and just pop that smoke, then yeah, it could be the end of them too.
Epic. All right, sounds like we're getting into the game pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll see. I feel like it happens most often in Cascade Falls in Storm Point. If like the zone ends there, you will see teams like just on repeat just be chucking the smoke canisters in, because if they do exactly 10 damage a pop, and if you get the whole team in there, like you can actually start getting your Evo armor up. You don't have to waste any ammo for it. Like it's just a nice little way to bump it up.
Exactly. Another sort of character that does that, you can pick Fuse, and just kind of have those infinite knuckle clusters. I don't know. I call him Firecracker Daddy, so I got to stop saying that. But you can get some Fuse plays in there, and it's a great character for anyone sort of starting out as well. There's a couple of people that may have not really played this game. We were talking about all the EA officers maybe coming from different sorts of games and stuff, but there are a couple of characters that are awesome to start off with before you move into the meta characters. Before you watch ALGs and see someone play Catalyst super freaking well, you can pick characters like Fuse, Loba to escape, Mirage to be invisible, like we were saying before. I still don't know what Mirage is who when you pop out the decoy. So lots of great starting characters. But look at all these friendly faces here. Look at this awesome photo just from ALGs. Was this year?
Yeah, that was just gone. You can see about like half a haircut from me. I'm like way at the back.
Where's the fringe? Yeah.
But there was a couple of people in there. Joe Lynch down somewhere towards the front there that's had the purple hoodie on
the wonderful caster's desk.
Yeah, that was it was a good time. I mean, there were so many. Yeah, look, the talent team, honestly, for ALGS is just awesome. All great people, frankly.
Yeah, the talent team amazing, but the talent in this lobby at the moment is hot, hot, hot. So exciting stuff. You know, we're going to see a couple of these teams be on ALGs next, hopefully. And you know, a lot of these players are sort of taking out a lot of victories and stuff like that. You know, what kind of we're winning a trophy today, right? I think we've got a Nintendo Switch and a trophy to win.
Yeah, someone said what was it, like a 3D printed trophy? So that's pretty hype, honestly. You know, will it be a Nessie? Will it be you know, a full model of World's Edge? That would be quite the ambitious 3D.
Where would you put
project,
that?
But you never know.
Yeah, so you know, it could be anything, but you know, you come out of this game and the real prize is bragging rights. Okay, so it's saying that my office beat your office. We are clearly better. I'm really super interested to see, you know, some of the offices, you know, people that don't really play Apex if they're going to come out on victory. You know, maybe they play it on the side here, but I think that would be extra funny if some of the officers, you know, don't really play Apex, but they're the ones that are going to be victorious.
No,
so,
I'm bro, like, I'm just watching the game, so I'm in the game.
All right, looks like we are dropping in, and as you can see, Hot Potatoes, one of the teams. I think I'm not sure we've actually seen these guys before, so obviously we, you know, there were a couple of lobbies that we didn't get to catch, but we're here with all the best 20 teams, and we'll get all the action for you in this last game to decide who's going to take out the Staff Showdown.
And on one of my favorite maps to World's Edge is one of the original sort of tournament maps. I think it's one of the maps that people know the best. You know every sort of choke point, you know every rotation, you know all the good drop spots here, as we've got a couple of teams sort of just making their way out here. But you know, there's been a couple of new additions to this map. If people haven't played it, we've got stacks. So over in the Lava City section, no one actually landed there, Gino, which is crazy. That's actually a massive high tier loot pool over there in stacks.
Let's go over there.
Alrighty, as you can see, Wet Bandits making their way down. Just having a look at where the ring is going here, Lacey. It looks like it's actually going to be one of our fun ones over towards Countdown. Now, this can be a fun ring because basically it's not that certain where it's going. Like, I mean, I say Countdown because it could be Countdown, could be Landslide, could be in between them. There's just a lot of space in there where the rings like to end, and as a result, teams, even the pro teams, even the best teams in the world, often have a bit of trouble picking, and therefore, you know, they sometimes will hedge their bets, and sometimes you get some messy rotates because of it. So, I mean, look, these guys have made their way all the way into the final here. So I'm honestly kind of expecting that they'll have some kind of knowledge about this, and they are going to be pulling up.
Yeah, so as we're watching the Deadly Dads here, sort of just making their way here, so we're just going to see what they can do. The dads are just having fun, maybe a beer afterwards. One of our favorite names as well, the Nessie Noodles. You know, still kind of wanting to see if they can get some gold Nessies. We've got Team Burrito here, just going to throw in some thermites.
Ooh.
And we've got a couple of squads actually over here, Gina. We've got about 3 squads. They sort of loot a big mortar, and they're all making their way into stacks now. So this is going to be stacks on stacks on stacks.
It's a pretty good way to put it. Yep, live wires are going to be hiding the building now that the bang ult is coming down from the higher ground, as we saw Team Burrito, and below them, maybe trying to push their way up, is going to be Team 19. Sinister Smooth, of course. That's the team that took out AWS, so we are keeping our eyes on them. We are thinking that this is a team that has a chance to take this all out, and looking for some early kills is definitely one way that they can do that.
Yeah, it looks like sort of Team Burrito might actually leave this. Oh, no, it looks like they've taken down the balloon. They don't have an escape. So Team 19, Team Burrito, sort of, they're all just kind of sitting in here. Everyone was trying to make an escape, but it looks like Team 19 are going to sort of make a swift escape over to Big Maud. But we do have Team Burrito sort of going to the right-hand side over to Maud as well. So it looks like these teams are just going to space it out a little bit. It doesn't look like anyone wants to engage just yet because they know they'll have a third party right on their booty. As we take it over to Team 5.
Yeah, I mean, I got to say, they had some good loot. I'm surprised they didn't sort of push the issue a little bit more there, but... Anyway, we've got other teams also trying to make their way out. As you said, that's Team 5. They're taking some pot shots over at Def Not Last, actually. So that's obviously, we know, a scary, scary team that, if I'm not wrong, took out round number 1. And, yep, Soldier 76 also on the high ground on the tracks above them now. And Def Not Last, wow, they even actually get the knock here. So trying to reset, trying to put some rampart walls down there in the middle just to make this happen. But gosh, there's two teams looking to try and get them out early on here.
Yeah, they're a bit far away though, so they get, they'll be able to get this full reset before sort of having these teams come in here. But yeah, they want to be a little bit careful of this team because yeah, Definite Loss took out Victory with quite a few kills as well. So wasn't even just like, they rotated well. They managed to take down a fair few teams. Just that Rider's Strike just hitting some, getting some loot, just making their way here, just making sure that they're kitted for what's about to come. As, yeah, we do see our ring pull slightly to landslide. Look at you go. Calculated, Genome. You definitely called that well. As some of these zones sort of, like you said, it sits about countdown, sits about up near the rock as well. I've seen this zone sort of pull up there. Not much cover. So, teams with gibbies, teams with ramparts and all this cover are probably going to play this zone quite well.
Yeah, the funny thing about, I think, how these tournaments have been playing out so far, though, it's almost like the opposite of the pro games in some ways, where like lots of teams are staying alive, yes, but they tend to be occupying sort of the outside of the ring rather than making their way immediately into the god spots right in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. So we still have like a fair few teams sort of on the outskirts here. And what we've sort of seen is that, a lot of the teams are still going to run in with zone, and that's where everyone can start cleaning up their KP. But, I think being the finals, you do want to get a couple of kill points, but you do want to solidify a win. So these teams sort of hovering around countdown could be the ones to take out the victory, as we got despawned. Getting a revive on Beepbop. Unfortunately going down. Master Chief's taken down as well. Tang Banger. Got that tang to tang. Looks like they're obliterating this team, looking for the last third here. Tangbanger taking a little bit of damage, might need to pop a bat. As Hot Potatoes are doing some hot stuff.
Yeah, it's a good start to the fight for them. You saw they tried to use the cat wall there to try and get that revive, but unfortunately despawned. Kind of living up to their name right at the moment. Hot Potatoes haven't actually picked up any of the KP yet. And they have to worry now as well, Lace, because Team 33 have kind of counter-rotated them. They've come all the way around. It's going to be a little bit of a backstab here from old Steve Merkel, who, apparently ratted his way into that second round. And then, his team rewarded him for it by managing to get to round 3 to get to the finals.
Yes, and as we've got Itchy D Sons with the Turbo Havoc that we've saw, Hot Potatoes are sort of just sitting here on the outskirts as well. Sort of biding their time, waiting a little bit as they've got teams sort of peppering shots down from Survey. But yeah, Steve, even if the team's taken out, does get the good wrap positions. Will he be able to hit with the Sentinel, pushing his team back?
Man, that's unfortunate.
Steve ain't scared.
It looks like that crosshair was pretty much on the enemies there, but somehow, unfortunately, just not able to lead the shots quite well enough. Also had the turbo, by the way, so I'm glad to see someone's making use of Turbo Day and playing that out how you should. Either way, the ring has actually given us almost no extra information. It's still somewhere between Landslide and Countdown. So I think it's still anyone's game as far as that goes. But as we mentioned, these teams have been slow to rotate, or they like playing the outside of the circle, and as a result, we just get these big pushes, these big groups of teams coming into the circle all at the same time. And I can tell you, from where Deadly Dads are, with the commish on Bangalore here, playing controller as well. Interesting to know. Interesting. It's a controller play.
Yeah,
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, we've got live wires with the R301. Caesar just absolutely obliterating with a one-shot, taking out Comatop's. We still have 20 squads alive as teams move in. Caesar with excellent shots, cracking them. Can the freaking live wires take up the rest of this team? Caesar is not taking no for an answer as they're moving in, taking down Stubbornly Tunic. Caesar on the Rev, just absolutely obliterating this squad, looking for the last player. As Rev's new changes, if you get someone a little bit low damage, you can sort of see a couple of arrows and know exactly where they are. So, unfortunately, not enough damage there to be able to find them, but looks like we're going to have a sneaky finisher by attack.
Okay, well, I can tell you that the commish has made it out. Anakin, he might have got his arms and legs cut off there, with the teammates going down, but did manage to use the ultimate to essentially delay and get some smokes and get himself out. Because meanwhile, Hot Potatoes are falling into it with Team 19 up on the hill house here. Catalyst helping them take some time.
Yeah, Team 19 was one of our teams that placed second in our last lobby, so are they able to sort of stay alive and make their way out of here? As we've got Zone 3 itching on their tail and still a few teams to sort of make their way in, but Team 19, they're known to take a fight, so they might take this fight and then make their way out, but it'll probably be a little bit smart to probably get out of this situation, as it is quite hard to survive in these zones.
Yeah, it's tough. You can see they're having to use the amped cover there to lock themselves in, and now Hot Potatoes just trying to make sure they are using all of that utility. See the piercing spikes already getting a hit. But they've got, 40 seconds, and they're going to have to probably fight their way out of here.
Yeah, Hot Potatoes already having about five kills, so they got a little bit of KP here. But if they don't make their way out, there's actually a fair few teams that might hold them out of zone, so they might need to make this decision to kill this team fast. As we're heading over just to Countdown, where a couple of teams are sort of just making their way, but back to Hot Potatoes.
Ooh.
Tang is just taking everybody out.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing effort from this team so far. Kill lead is in the lobby right now, and you got to remember, having that, having the most points in the lobby is what matters. So racking up those kills is one way to do it. Tang Bang are currently 1,500 damage already and 7 kills to their name. That is incredible, and it will go a long way, I think, to getting them on top of this lobby. I mean, I'd say most lobbies, the team that wins probably gets somewhere around 20 points. So they've already, kind of got the amount of KP they need to get there. Can they make their way into the zone now, or are they going to get gatekeeped by top 20?
I don't know if you're watching this sort of come in here, but we're having a look at soldiers on the map. But yeah, as you got these teams sort of on the outside here, soldiers are just sort of solidifying, hopping this catwall, going to get into the action. There are a fair few teams just kind of chilling in Countdown as soldiers sort of weave their way through their catalyst wall. Kind of a little bit unsure what they're going to be doing here. They might need to find themselves into a building or onto one of the sides of the Countdown.
Snare. The Arc Snare comes out. It does hit from Def Not Last. They're holding the position further up on the high ground where the console is. We can press the button and raise the floor. As you can see here, top 20. They tried to get into it with, I believe that was...
It was Team 19 who were, I believe, our kill leaders.
They've been taken out.
They
actually took out Hot Potatoes. That's crazy. So yeah, it was that battle on the edge there. Team Hot Potatoes managed to get 9 kills. But I'd dare say that won't get them over the top.
Fortunate squad to run into. Top 20, they're great contenders here. But imagine if they could make it in with all those kills. But unfortunately, one of the most dangerous teams was just waiting on the edge for them.
And the problem is now that top 20, they've had to lose a member to do that. So, can they find a respawn beacon You know, that's one question, I guess. But otherwise, you know, that's two strong teams just sort of running into each other, and maybe neither of them will win now. It would be incredibly unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like Lols is sort of holding them off and peppering so many shots that they've decided to evac to be able to take them down off the balloon. Unfortunately, just doesn't connect all the shots here, but will be able to get a res on Jello, so can bring back in their member before this zone closes in. We do have zone 4. Unfortunately, they're not going to make this. Lols decides
no.
That's a good decision.
Down from 3 to 2 to 1 now from top 20. It's a big ask for them. They've done the rest of the lobby a favor, I think, in taking out Hot Potatoes, but at what cost, you've got to ask. Despawn, Mozambique here, another strong team. Oh, Gibby Bubble comes in just in time. A good Gibby player with good timing on that ability is honestly invaluable.
Yeah, so as we're sort of just having a look, you know, Mozambique here, a team that sort of knows how to make rotations and get themselves in. Team 5 with our Gosu Snipe Source, one of our favorite names. Just sort of having a look for some enemies here. Final Cross might want to pop some heals because this is about to get spicy. Only a white shield, peppering shots with a Rampage, unfortunately goes down. Can Ghost and Gosu Snipe Source be able to clean this up for Final? As the Gibby Bombard comes down, and Zone is just itching closer to them.
Oh, this is a tough one. Nice R9 shots. It's a naked R9, but it can still do damage if you know how to use it there. Team 5 are making their way through. Oh, it's a little too much for them in the end. And as we move back to Countdown, you can see a couple of teams over here. Rats still hoping that they can do something. There's one for Despawn crawling around. You've got Riders Strike. They're sort of sitting as a duo up to the northeast of this circle, and they're probably going to run into the last member of top 20 right now. Rat, who's currently just looking at boxes, probably looking for a mobile or respawn beacon with the one banner that they do have.
Yeah, so pay to win. You know, we're talking about the pay to win skins, the full console squad. You know, you want to make sure that you don't get hit by their locked on aim assist, just sort of sitting down underneath as we've got our quite a few squads. We've got 10 squads left here surrounding in Countdown as the zone sort of pushes around to this rock. There's not too much cover here as we find a little fight. Definitely last one of the full 3-man squads. There's a couple of teams that only have about 2 players, even down to 1. We might have a couple of you know, rats fight it out as well, but Death Not Last, remembering all their nades just right into this channel, trying to avoid the caustic gas while they do so. Now comes the Gibby, but Pog, Edgar Allan Pog manages to swiftly turn on this Gibby and pull out the Sheila, mowing them down.
Well, that's one way to get through 750 worth of knockdown shield in a hurry. Death Not Last, you can see, they've actually managed to, they've got a swag of kills. They've got 7, the most out of anybody in the lobby now. Can they get the reset, though? As they drop down, they weren't aware of that other team in the trailer behind them, and it could be deadly. They end up in 6th place with 7 kills. That's 10 points in total. Again, not going to be enough to get them over the top. The teams that are left alive here now, the Wet Bandits with 6, top 20 with 6, but there's only 2 teams left with 3 members left alive, Lace. And that's the Wet Bandits, and now even Team Burrito down to 2. This could be the Wet Bandits.
Are we going to have like a 1v1v1? Like this is insane. We've only got a couple of teams that have like one team with a full stack, which is the Wet Bandits, like you said. So they're sort of just playing a little bit safe. Maybe they don't know exactly how many rats there are at the moment. But you know, we've got Lols, who is an excellent player, sort of just taking it down as we have Team Burrito actually getting taken out but down, or maybe be able to recover here. If the Wet Bandits can see that they are just sort of rezzing in the distance, they might be able to capitalize, but it looks like they're just going to play it from a distance.
I mean, Loz sitting in the middle of the circle, just holding it down, and yeah, like with 6 kills to the team name, there is still a chance that they can come out on top, the top 20, but it does seem like the Wet Bandits here, if they don't get pulled upon by all the other squads at the same time, are looking pretty good. Team Ears, there's just a single Revenant left alive for them, but it looks like We're getting some turnarounds here. David from Team Ears. I mean, you know, I think they were the damage leader in one of our previous games. Also doing a good job and being the last member left alive.
Get the bat off as well. David coming to the clutch with the Prowler. David holding on for dear life, managed to get a shield swap, just taking out these two teams.
It's a 1v1.
It's a 1v1. Two of our most dangerous players, Dino.
There is no way. There is no way that we have full teams losing this while the single players left alive. Loz and David go at it. We couldn't have a more exciting conclusion to this tournament here. Loz on top, still has some of the armor left. The Revenant is flesh. David has already used the Forge Shadows. A melee to finish off on.
You don't see this in the ALGs. You only see this in the EA offices. Absolutely amazing stuff with Lowe's just smacking him back. That's exactly what we want, a 1v1.
That's incredible.
That is how you finish it off.
I mean, the Wet Bandits there, they were, for the longest time, the only team who had 3 players left alive. And yet, somehow, they go down. Somehow, the other teams, because you've got to remember, at this point, top 20, they've had a great early game. They've picked up some kills, and they just need to, you know, try and get some placement points in there to maybe push themselves over the top. Have managed to not only rat it out, but deal with the teams that have got 3 players left, get even more kills, add more kills to the tally. I mean, oh, wow. I thought it was done and dusted, and yet now we're going to have to sit here and wait for confirmation on who is actually taken out the win here. I feel like there's probably a good 3 or 4 teams now in contention. You know, the Wet Band's got a bunch of kills. Team Ears, top 20 who ended up winning it there. Also, I'd say very much in the running, but it's gonna be very close. Very, very
exactly.
close.
You know, you kind of thought, you know, Wet Bandits might have had it, but, you know, it's a little bit hard to know how many players are left. And, you know, if you don't play a lot and you're not ready to do the maths in the corner and calculate, you know, how many teams are live with how many players are actually standing, you know, they could have sort of pushed forward and solidified that. But, you know, some of these little rats just hiding and peeking the corners, biding their time, waiting. And, you know, that's how we saw sort of David and Lols come out to that 1v1. But, yeah, it could be anybody's game. I'm just seeing quite a few kills on a couple of teams, but you know, it's definitely looking very close.
Yeah, look, I don't even want to call it. I think we might just we might wait for some official confirmation on the points for that one because yeah, it was really down to the wire. You know, there was even a point where you know, I was watching the POV of Loz, the Horizon, on top 20, and they watched David, the other solo, go past on Revenant. Like, they had to pop their ult, basically, to stay alive, and then Loz went back to hiding after doing a bunch of damage. So there was almost like a pre-1v1 before the other teams ganged up and took out Wet Bandits, and then they went at it again. Like, incredible scenes there in that last circle.
Yeah, and here we're seeing Hot Potato sort of, you know, we were saying they were sort of just taking out squad after squad after squad just in this section here, and then, you know, having to rotate in, and then, like we said, top 20 was sort of on the outskirts just waiting for them. So, you know, they had some great kills, and only if they sort of left a moment earlier, they could have sort of pushed in there. But, you know, Def Not Last contending here, getting opposed, about to pull out the Sheila and mow down. But yeah, look at this zone right now as we have the Wet Bandits sort of just sitting on the outskirts. Like I said, not knowing how many players are actually left on each team.
Oh man, yeah, you've seen them, you know, unfortunately just couldn't work together. I don't know if they got caught off from different angles or what was, a melee? You know, the melee to finish the ending for them there, because they got so damn close. But in the end, it's the Horizon player. Maybe one last little hurrah before, you know, she gets nerfed, as we saw in the patch notes that just came out very recently. But looks like it's time to announce Lace. We've got the scores that have come through. I can tell you, you know, look, let's build it up just a little bit. We had a team in 5th place, Def Not Last, coming in with 10 points there. We had Team Burrito with 11 points. We had the Wet Bandits on 13 points. So that leaves Team 20 and Team Ears. Are we waiting to get the graphic up for the to announce the last two.
We got the suspense.
I'm just gonna ramp it up for everybody sitting around in the offices. I can tell you that those two last teams, Team 20 and Team Ears, were on 18 and 19 points. So it was a 1 point difference for the winning team. Yeah, look, incredible. I definitely did not expect it to be that close of a finish, Lace.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like, and quite a few kills on these teams. So, you know, I was obviously expecting a lot of teams to sort of, not even take out too many fights, but everyone was just sort of going in hungry to show their dominance, and that's what we wanted to see. You know, we want to see you guys fighting each other because, you know, don't fight in the office. You just want to fight sort of in the battleground here. So it's excellent to see all these teams do extremely well, and you know, some great contenders for Apex players. I don't know if anyone wants to join my team, but there's a couple of you that I would definitely have on my squad. For sure. But, you know, as we sort of came into that last game, you know, we did have, was it David as a good contender, Lols as a good contender as well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see much of Nikki. I wanted to see a little bit of Nikki as we saw in the first game, absolutely obliterated. But, yeah, the skill level of these officers, Genome, nuts, absolutely nuts.
Yeah, maybe some of these teams will end up playing in Challenger Circuit. Maybe, you know, now they've had a taste of the competition. Now that they're like, well, I can beat everyone in the office. I could probably, you know, beat everyone else in the CC. Maybe it's time to make it onto the big stage as well. Honestly, I'd love to see that. I wonder if they're actually allowed. I wonder if there's like a clause in there where like EA employees themselves can't play in Challenger Circuit. Who knows? Who knows?
Can't compete.
Is that a rule or not?
That's fine, but you can compete for, you know, Gamers Day. It is an International Gamers Day, so what a better time to do it as we organise to see who actually took out this championship.
Yep. All right, almost there. I hope you guys have had a fun day watching this. Shout out to everyone in all those offices we saw around the grounds. All right, guys, Team 20 and Team Ears. Those last two teams that we saw going up against it, 1v1. Let's find out now who was the team on 19 points taking out. It's going to be Top 20. Clutching it up. Literally clutching it up for the win. I mean, it doesn't get any more nerve-wracking than that. Congrats to LOL. LOL's there for winning that one for the team.
Yeah, also Curry, you know, at the start of some of the fights in, I think it was our second match, Curry did amazing stuff. It seems like this team all-rounded was exceptional. All good players. But yeah, top 20, taking out the victory. Tippity top at the top. So, you know, this, you know, we saw some amazing stuff from Lols right at the end there, just being the rat and battling it out with, I think it was David with a Prowler. You know, the Prowler sometimes is the winning gun. But, you know, I think Lols had a little bit of the height and, you know, just had a little bit more shield left. So excellent job to top 20. But to all the teams as well, everyone did fantastic. I've never seen so many squads in these final zones before. Yeah, it was a credit to them, right? They definitely weren't throwing their lives away. They were trying to play it in the true spirit of the BR and be the last team left standing. And in the end, it was the last team left standing that walked away with the dub. But as you say, you know, big shout out to all of the teams, you know, almost 240 people that showed up to play today. It's really great to see that from everybody, you know, on National Games Day of all days. So lots of fun moments there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Lots of highlights from the stream to go back and watch. I'm sure there's been a couple of legends made today in the office, I dare say, Les. Exactly. Now you have one whole year to practice and do it all again. I'm not saying there's going to be one next year, but, you know, now it's time to get the practice in. You can see what people are made of in this game. But no, all around a great job by everybody. But yeah, it's been very exciting to watch you guys play. But, you know, now I'm hoping like some of the office rivalries have kind of settled. Now you got your bragging rights. And like we said, you know, we can't give out CEO, but we can give out a Switch and a printed trophy.
I mean, you know, who knows? Maybe it's still on the table. Imagine if like the EA CEO came out and just like announced they were resigning tomorrow, and that was the reason why.
I didn't win. I'm done. Yeah.
It's very possible. It's very possible. You never know. But no, look, it's yeah, that was some killer games there from those guys. Honestly, like there were so many teams that could have won that last game. I mean, we saw them, right? Like Def Not Last, were playing really well and just got caught off guard. It was literally, they just turned around and be like, whoop, surprise Gibby in the trailer behind me. That's unfortunate. Like even the Wet Bandits, looked like they could have mopped up that last circle. There was just, so many close calls. It was genuinely a really fun tournament to watch.
Exactly. And we thought we had some contenders, JWS with the hideouts there. Unfortunately, not even making it into there, but that's fine. We know exactly what hideouts can do. It is an exceptional player, so don't take that to heart. But, it was awesome to see some wonderful players that we've never seen before sort of come out and take the lead. Yeah, definitely a couple of standouts there. All right, well, hope everyone's still enjoying their cake. And there's some high fives to go around the office and celebrate those who won. Look, big shout out to everyone who turned up today, and hope you guys enjoyed the long short broadcast. We were fresh off ALGS, fresh off the plane here, and it was really fun to share this time with all of you guys. So who knows? Next year, maybe it'll be FIFA. Maybe it'll be competitive Plants vs. Zombies. I personally would love to be involved or cast that. One of my favorite games of all time. Maybe it's another Apex game and we run it back. Why not with the success of the tournament that we've seen here today? Thanks for everyone who got together organizing it. And cheers to all you guys playing. And we'll catch you next time. Thank you. Good to cast with you as well, Gino. Thank you so much, and meet everybody, but good stuff. Pleasure to be here, and we had a lot of fun.
I'll see you guys next time.
You.